Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
It was difficult.
It was not easy. I want to say that this morning we have a briefing and consultations on UNIFSA and Sudan, South Sudan at 10, and then at 3 p.m. we have a briefing and consultations on the Middle East. And I have just returned from Niamey, where was the last leg of our trip to the Sahel, which included a trip to Bamako. And there's still some members of the council, PRs and DPRs on the way back. And I'm looking forward to sharing some of the insights we had during our trip, but I think in a specific session, because I think you'll have a lot of questions, probably. In terms of in my own national capacity to make clear, I think a big issue was the situation in Sudan, which we're going into this morning, at least to do with UNIFSA. And there was a desire by quite a number of council members for the Security Council to pronounce itself on the situation in Sudan. But for many reasons that did not happen or hasn't happened yet, and very much hoping it happens. So this morning, the Kenyan delegation saw with a great sense of satisfaction that the Peace and Security Council of the African Union took a strong position on this matter after actually having a very tough debating session. And they've strongly condemned the seizure of power by the Sudanese military and the dissolution of the transitional government. And they totally rejected the unconstitutional change of government. They're calling for the immediate and unconditional full release of all detainees and warning, and I'm using these exact words, warning the military that they will be held responsible for the personal health, security, and safety of these detained officials. The PSC also decided to suspend the participation of the Republic of Sudan in all African Union activities until the effective restoration of the civilian-led transitional authority. And this is a very important step that echoes the June 2019 step that was taken after that particular action and continues to create clarity about Africa's position when it comes to coups and military takeovers, which unfortunately we have seen an increase in. This is significant here in the Security Council because the inability of the Security Council to make a statement about this so far is an indication that the way the Security Council and the African Union Peace and Security Council work together could be made better and stronger. And I very much hope that the Security Council will consider this step by the Peace and Security Council to be a challenge for the Security Council to step up to the plate. Thank you.
So you are optimistic that the Security Council can adopt a statement today on Sudan and maybe stronger than the one which is on the table after the AU statement?
Well, we certainly hope so, and we would hope that the Security Council will issue a statement and make it a statement more in keeping with the statement by the African Union. It's something our delegation is going to negotiate and try and push, and I think quite a number of the countries in the Council are headed in that direction. Unfortunately, we've still not gotten consensus, and so hopefully we will get that consensus today.
On another subject, MINURSO, Colombia, should be adopted according to your POW today. It's not the case. What is the problem?
Again, speaking in my national capacity, we think that MINURSO has been an effective mission. We think that Colombia has overall been progressing in a very positive direction. I think where Kenya and I dare say the A3+1 have a sense of wanting a bit of a different emphasis is on the ethnic chapter of the Colombian peace agreement, that we want the ethnic chapter, we encourage the ethnic chapter to be implemented in a more ambitious fashion, because the indigenous and Afro-Colombian population need to be included in the process. They have been, and the Colombian government has made steps in that direction, but we want this to be an emphasis. And we've said this from the beginning of our time in the Council. And so we will be expressing that particular perspective to the pen and hoping that our considerations are taken into view.
And on MINURSO, there is a problem with the roundtable because we saw that Algeria is against roundtable again. Is there anything because in the draft resolution apparently there was some roundtable renewing?
Again, speaking from a national capacity on MINURSO, for Kenya, our red line is the issue of self-determination. We want self-determination to be clearly indicated in the resolution. And we think this is not a deviation from where things should be, but rather a continuation. So for us, on principle, if there is no acknowledgement of the right to self-determination, then we would have a very difficult time with the resolution.
On Sudan, the Russian deputy ambassador was pretty clear yesterday that they had some reservations about some of the strong language that was being used. Can you give us a little more detail about where things stand with the negotiations? You said you hope, but you didn't sound very hopeful in your initial remarks. Is there something happening today? Are there discussions actively happening? Was silence broken on? Yes, if any details you could share.
Sorry to rush your question. It's just that, I am more optimistic now that the Peace and Security Council has made this position clear, because our colleagues, everyone on the Council speaks very often about backing Africa's positions. So now we shall see which delegations actually back the African Union position. And so this shall make it very clear by the end of today or tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much.